Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm good.
Thanks.
How are you?
Good. Thanks for meeting. I'm a little frustrated today. Can't our industry have a simple conversation about any topic?
It's absolutely impossible.
I mean, just take cloud computing in general. And I know that for most of our business owners, IT can be a little nebulous, but then we take a topic like cloud and we use a term like the cloud, right?
Yeah.
It's just out there.
Yeah, absolutely. The reality is that, it is confusing for people, but I really do think if we just sort of break it down into really logical components, we can kind of clarify it pretty quickly.
And that's perfect. So let's just take the basics, okay?
Yep.
Hardware, operating systems, the infrastructure that our clients use to run their systems, we can host that in the cloud.
Yes.
You've been in these hosting centers.
Right.
It's a little more like maybe a bunker than
It's
the
a
cloud.
lot. It's a lot more like a bunker than the cloud. The reality is these are gigantic facilities, and they are built to just world-class standards. Massive investment in them.
And talk to me a little bit about security, because I think that's always our clients' concern. And they're concerned about security. I think they have this perception that maybe the cloud is even a little less secure than their environments. But
Right. The reality is the first thing that kind of hits you when you walk into one of these things is actually security. The physical security is just outstanding. You walk in, it's like a movie. There's biometric devices. There's man traps. There's cages with servers in them. It is exactly like you see on screen.
And tell me a little bit about the virtual side of security.
Yeah, it's really all about access to great resources. And so, what ends up happening is you can have fantastic technical resources really caring for the security of your server and your application environment. And so, these are people that are specialized in making sure antivirus is up to date and putting in world-class backup schemes for your data. And so you really do get it cared for. And a lot of times that's stuff that just doesn't get done on your site. There's not enough time.
That's perfect. You're exactly right. The other thing that I know a lot of our clients are concerned about is disaster recovery. And many times I think people's minds go immediately to perhaps fire as this major disaster.
Right.
I think the reality, what you and I have seen a lot, is it's more likely to perhaps be power failure, maybe some other natural disaster like a tornado that takes out power even, or the facility.
Right. So power is one of those things that's always an Achilles heel. And so, even if you're doing best practices and you have a backup generator, for your server room or for your wiring closet, which most people don't, you really aren't as secure as you should be from a power point of view. These facilities not only have a primary and a secondary generator, but they have like 10 or 12 hardwired to natural gas lines, and they can run forever.
And then if I understand it correctly, our clients would have the option of that if they needed more disaster recovery protection, they have the option of having redundant facilities even.
Oh, sure. It just becomes part of your plan. You can have your primary data center here. You can pick one of their data centers someplace else in the world, fail over, and if there's a major catastrophe where this great facility was somehow wiped out, you've got this other facility that's running your environment.
What else? Resources, maybe, people who run these systems?
Again, world class. The reality is that these companies are in the business of taking care of IT systems, and they go out and get the best resources that they can. These are the same people that are managing Fortune 500 server environments. They have strong background checks, really, really quality, top-notch people.
This has been perfect because these are so basic. I mean, these 4 points, that if we can use these 4 points, just gives us the ability to have a simple conversation about perhaps an intimidating and complex topic.
Right.
And I think the key point that I like the word is it's a bunker. It's not out in the cloud. It's really somewhere in a physical bunker.
Yeah, it sure is.
Second is the biggest concern is security, both physical security and that virtual security with antivirus protection, backups, et cetera.
Right.
Third, the most common source of disaster being a power failure.
Absolutely.
Just these redundant power supplies, redundant systems.
Yep.
And then the fourth, access to resources.
Best in the world.
Best in the world. So really these 4 basic points simplify this, but it also gives our clients access to some of the most sophisticated systems in the world that the biggest of the big are running.
You got it.
Perfect. A lot of other topics that I'd love to talk to you about further on cloud. We could talk forever on it, Brian.
Yeah.
I got to run. Thanks for the coffee. Next time, coffee is Guinness is on me.
You got it.
All right.
Thank
Thanks.
you.